ready to head out on my voyage. I run through the checklist in my head of everything I'll need. I realize that I've probably got too much stuff.
Just dropped off at the ferry here, heading to Nashville. I've got about 3 or 4 miles. I'm going to paddle tonight. It's 6:12 right now. I'm going to paddle for an hour and a half, somewhere in there, and then make camp for the night.
It's a beautiful day to start a voyage. Tropical Storm Cindy is supposed to impact our area over the next couple of days, with the possibility of 3 to 4 inches of rainfall. But right now, the fog on the water looks straight out of a fairy tale. Unfortunately, though, there are other issues with the fog.
Can't see anybody coming. I can hear a boat up there coming this way, so I'm going to get over here to the side and hope he sees me before he hits me.
I'm simply amazed at the beauty I see here. The fog hangs over the river like a veil. All I can think about at this point are the next several days. Yes, there are some crazy things that you see alongside the river. This is Kentucky, however. Been warned by several people to watch out for Bigfoot. I'm not very worried though. I don't think wait, is that him? No, it just looks like him. Like I said, there are some weird things along the river. I'm simply amazed at the beauty I see along the river. I thought this house was pretty cool. It has an old style chimney made from river rock. I continued to paddle until just before the Tennessee line. There, I turned up this little creek to find a place to camp for the night. There are hundreds of carp swimming alongside me in the creek. They wait until I just about run over them before they swim away. I find a place to land the kayak and hurriedly set up camp. Night is approaching fast, and I get camp set up just in time to enjoy the sunset. I spend a peaceful night here, wake up, eat a breakfast of dehydrated eggs, ham, and cheese, and then I break camp and get on the water again.
So I'm leaving the little cove where I was camped for the night. It is 8:40. Rain's falling a little bit. I got my spray skirt on. Looks like it might be a wet day, but we're gonna have fun. Got about 17 miles to go today if I stick with my original plan. I don't know that I'm gonna do that. I might go a little bit farther today, but going through Salina, getting out of Kentucky. Talk to y'all later. What I see in front of me, it looks like the entire river's covered in fog. There we go. It's a little lopsided, but you get the idea. So it looks like another fog-filled morning. You can see this or not. That river is moving fast. I'd say they are generating upstream. I'm going to be moving quite along at a pretty decent clip once I hit in there. I think you can see that. It's sweeping the bow of my kayak pretty good. But here we go. So it's been a very wet day. It's about 12 o'clock. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm coming up on my landing point for tonight. I hadn't anticipated the water moving as rapidly as it is. It's moving along about 2 miles an hour, but that means that any paddling that I do, I usually paddle about 3 miles an hour, and you combine those as 4 to 5 miles an hour. So I planned on 20 miles a day. I really don't want to stop, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but if I want to make a 10-day trip out of this, then I'm going to have to stop. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's hard to decide. I want to keep kayaking because I love it. It's beautiful out here. It's cool. It's not too hot. It's wet, but I've got a raincoat. I've got a spray skirt, so I'm not getting wet. It's just raining. Beautiful though. I've tried fishing a little bit. Fish aren't biting. Not with what I've got on there anyway. I don't have live bait. Obviously, I'm in a kayak. Don't have a lot of place for it. Space for it, should I say. I've done a lot of floating today, just watching the bank go by. I don't have to paddle. If I don't paddle, I'll still make 20 miles a day. But then it doesn't feel like I'm kayaking, it just feels like I'm paddling. Floating. And I don't know. So, taking a lot of pictures, saw a lot of deer. Got about 10 feet away from 2 deer. They just watched me, they couldn't figure out what I was. I just kind of eased toward them, just moving really slow, and they finally decided that I wasn't friendly. I don't know, I wasn't going to eat them or nothing. I ain't that hungry. But anyway, I guess I'll talk at you later. There's some beautiful cliffs up here. I'm going to take a shot of that. There's a cave up in one of these cliffs. But anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Check out those cliffs. It is beautiful. You tower over the river. There's been a lot of them on the way down here. But the fog's back. Rain's coming down hard. Beautiful day.
Boy, is it coming down. It is absolutely pouring the rain. Beautiful though. You can see. Glad I brought my rain jacket.
Collecting rainwater here for my drinking purposes and cooking purposes. Found me a pretty good place to camp here. It's right on the edge of the water. I'm up probably about 7 feet from the water's edge though. Look over there, you can see a stick, and maybe right there. But I've poked in the mud with some marks on it so I can see how high the water's risen in the morning. But I was going to camp on the island that's down the way. You can't see it because of the rain. But when I got there, there was an absolute ton of hog sign where they've been rooting up and everything like that. But I didn't want to be stuck on an island with a bunch of wild hogs. I figured they're here on land, but at least they've got a place to go away from me. On an island, there's not much place to go. So I came back up the river about, a quarter of a mile or so. There's my yak.
Got my tarp set up. It's doing a real good job of keeping the rain. I've got to set up my hammock and all my other stuff for tonight and see if I can find some wood. If not, I've got some fuel cells that I can use to cook with. So anyway, more later. I'm going to explore this field up here above me a little bit. Pretty big field up there. I'm going to go see what's up there and see what I can find.
I spent a very soggy afternoon here at camp. I did enjoy a supper of spaghetti and baked beans. If you look, you can see the water running beneath the pot. That's how hard it was raining. The morning, however, revealed that I had chosen a breathtaking campsite. That there is the island I was referring to last night. I took some pictures of the surrounding area from under the cover of my tarp before breaking camp, so you could see what the area looked like. And of course, I took some pictures up and down the river.
I've left camp. I'm trying to beat the storms to Gainesboro. Had a real good night at camp. Slept like a baby. Might have made up for that semi-night sleep the night before. I'm passing the island over here on my right. I'm gonna call it Hog Island. They call it Turkey Creek or Turkey something island. I'm gonna call it Hog Island because all the hog sign I saw on there last night before I decided to camp elsewhere. Beautiful morning. As you can see, there's a little fog on the water. Not enough to obscure the view. Water's down this morning. I put a stick in the water with some marks on it to see if it raised at all last night. It didn't. It actually dropped about a foot. So I had to carry my kayak a little farther for it to wet. But I've got about 17 miles to go today, somewhere in that area. I'm going to try to get those done relatively quickly because there's supposed to be some nasty thunderstorms coming in about 11 o'clock today. It is 6:10 right now. I was hoping to be on the water by about 5:30, but I didn't get on the water till 6. So let's kick it into high gear and get on down the river. water was calm. No, it's not. Looking at the tops of the trees on the hills. Looks like when I go around this curve, I'm gonna be fighting a nasty headwind. Trees up on top of the hills just laying over. But that's part of the day's trip. Beautiful day though. I say that a lot, don't I? 'Cause it is. I love being out here. Even with the storms to be coming. Look at that sun. Bright. Duh. Captain Obvious here. We're gonna have fun today. You can see this. Those trees are moving. When I come around this bend up here, I know I said it before, let me zoom back out. And the water's a bit choppy. There is a lot of wind today. I've been in the lee side of it right here for a few minutes. But that's all gonna change. Still making pretty good time though. You just have to kayak harder, paddle harder. Makes up for not paddling very much yesterday. Gotta burn those calories somehow. And what was I telling you about? Two strokes forward, one stroke. White caps on the waves. Calmed down a little bit the past few minutes. There for a while, there was a pretty stiff wind, but hey, gotta be interesting, right? Skies are getting a little cloudier. They were pretty clear this morning, so I'd say the storm front's moving in. This is a very dirty river. I'd not thought it would be this trashed up. There's stuff everywhere. Disappointing, really. Find a pristine river somewhere. I doubt there is one, but I love this. Saw I don't know if it was a nest of them or two nests of them, but a bunch of baby, assuming they're herons. Make a really weird monkey crossed with a crow sound. Anyway, yeah. saw a bunch of baby ones that were just starting to fly, I guess you would say. They were flying decent, but they were still dark. But seen a lot of ducks today. Not seen any deer or otter yet. Maybe they're all getting in shelter for the storm that's coming, who knows. But past the mile marker, ways back, 265, 365. 265 would be in Old Hickory Lake when we're on Cornell Hole Lake. But that was 7 miles for the day, and that was 30 minutes ago. So moving along at a pretty good clip still. It's beautiful outside. Sun's out. Enjoy it while we got it. Well, we're into the wind and the waves. Glad I got the spray skirt and good deck covers. Though. Oh yeah. Not very good timing between them. Just time enough to go under.
Safely reached the side of the river and continued to paddle towards my destination for the night.
And the rain started. It is 9:32 or thereabouts. Sunny 1 minute and the next pouring the rain. I'm about 2 miles away from my campsite for the night. I know it's 9:32, but still. I got to get out of the water before the thunderstorms hit, and they look like they're going to be hitting another hour or so, the edge of the line there. I've been battling some pretty strong winds all day, for most of the day anyway. And thankfully they're let off a little bit now, but I can deal with the rain. Well, some of those winds were pretty strong. Anyway, I'm making it on to camp.
I continued to paddle until I reached a cove near Gainsborough. I saw the spoonbill. It was fascinating, and I sat and watched it for a while. After looking around for about an hour, I finally located a decent campsite to set up my gear. I saw a doe and her fawn about 100 yards from where I made camp. I tied my kayak off right beneath the hammock so that if the river started rising, it would bump into me and wake me up. Then I started the 3-mile hike into Gainsborough for some pizza. Thankfully, a kind motorist gave me a ride the last mile and a half, and I was able to enjoy some delicious Giovanni's pizza. I made it back to camp right as the storms hit. I kicked my feet back and enjoyed reading a book while listening to the rain fall on my tarp. During an especially hard downburst, I was able to take an adequate shower. I really needed it. I retired to my bug net enclosed hammock when the mosquitoes came out in force, and spent the rest of the afternoon there, relaxing and reading. The storms passed before nightfall, and I enjoyed a gorgeous view from my campsite. The next morning, the view was just as magnificent as the prior evening.
Good morning. It's 10 till 8. Beautiful. Deer over there. There's fish jumping on the water. I broke camp and I'm gonna make it downstream. For about 20 miles a day. I plan on taking my time, doing some fishing. It's gorgeous out here. Nice for the deer. I'm gonna turn it around and zoom it in. See if you can see it. Well, I fished for a little while, didn't catch nothing, had a bite, but nothing at all. I'm gonna start paddling for the day. See what the river holds in store. Water is smooth as glass. Beautiful. Gentle breeze, nothing like yesterday at all. Seen several deer this morning just along the banks. Quite a few herons. But just gonna enjoy the day.
I don't know if you can see this. There's 3 otters. Pretty sure it's a family I saw yesterday. One of them's got a fish. See him go down right there? Going after fish. Oh, he's got good fish. Trying to paddle quietly. There's at least 3 of them. Got fish. That is cool. They are. Watch the trail above itself. Big old fish.
back onto the river. Clouds are beautiful. Sun shining. Gentle breeze blowing. Out of the bay that I was camping in for the night. Did about an hour of fishing inside there. Got a few bites, didn't catch anything. Not sure what that says to my prowess as a fisherman, but oh well. Snake over here. You can see it or not. I think it's a copperhead. Yeah, it is. Everybody, just leaving a little picnic area some people have set up for a campsite. Ate lunch there. It's really a beautiful spot on the water. Back into the sunlight, back into the day, paddling day anyway. Getting all situated. Got 15 miles left to go. I've paddled 7.5 miles so far today. It's 12 o'clock. I took it really easy. I'm gonna turn it on a little bit, get some miles out of the way so I can make camp about 3 or 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. Beautiful day. That's for you, Kim. Oh, I've been making progress. We got some more winds today. It was nice breezes this morning. It wasn't this afternoon. It wasn't anything like yesterday, granted. But I have been fighting a headwind this way too. I have to turn around and go the other way. Breeze is blowing that direction. I'd say I'd go pretty good when you have to paddle. Well, then you got the current. I don't know. I guess it all evens out in the end. But I've got 10 miles to go before I reach camp for the night. I should be there about 4 o'clock. It's 1:20 right now. At the rate I'm going, I should be there around 4. We'll get my camp set up, get some stuff on a clothesline to dry out from yesterday, and enjoy this night. No pizza tonight. Home cooked meals.
Paddled down the river. I thought for a second my eyes were deceiving me. The speck of white I saw on the cliffside turned out it really was a goat. In fact, there were 2 or 3 of them up there. I thought long and hard about bagging one and taking it to camp, but I didn't know when goat season was. There was a really long way to paddle, hauling it behind me. I made my way further and further, and finally found a campsite. Someone had set up a tarp that had fallen down, and I decided to use it as the base for my camp.
So I finally made it to camp. Sunburn too, I just noticed whenever I turn this on and look at myself. I am plumb tuckered out. 22.3 miles today. About 15 of it was against the wind. And these big lakes, they're a killer. You get these mile long, 2 miles long places where the wind just blows. And man alive, sorry about that. I'm gonna sleep good tonight and probably eat a meal and a half or 2 meals, I'm not sure. Anyway, later. Oh, hey there. You caught me testing out my hammock. It's been a long day. Did 22.3 miles today. I won't go to bed yet. Got my camp set up. Got supper cooking right by the lake on a little island. Over there is the lake also. Got a little sunburn today. More updates later.
Dinner tonight, smashed taters and deer burger. Starting to think maybe I should have bagged that goat. Him and his buddy. Boy, I'm hungry. And I hurt in places I didn't even know I had.
So I was gonna post some more updates. It's 7:05. I think I'm gonna go to sleep. 10 till 6. And I'm on the water. Just left camp. Made an early start of it. Couple reasons. One, last 2 days I've been battling winds in the afternoon, and I don't want that again. Always bad yesterday. Paddled for 8 hours yesterday. About 5 of it was, 4.5 of it was against the wind, and well, I was tired. Muscles are still sore. But I'm gonna try to get down the water and stay out of the wind if I can. The big straightaway, especially this morning, it's about 3-4 miles long, and I really don't want to do that in wind. So anyway, the water is this morning. It's always like this in the morning until after lunch, and then it turns up the wind. Now, obviously the trash on the water, that's not pristine, but the surface is smooth as glass, just fog hanging over the cliffs. It's beautiful. I know I say that a lot, but I really mean it. I love the beauty of nature. Shut up and let you see.
I can't believe how many logs are floating out here. The power boats must have to keep several spare props handy, because during the day, they race up and down the lake like it's nothing. I've hit several submerged logs that I couldn't see even going as slow as I am. The beauty of the sky and the terrain, how it takes your breath away. As I entered this straight portion of the lake, I was very glad that I started early this morning. This section would be horrible with that stiff breeze. This is my midpoint for the day. I keep watching the cliffs for more goats, but haven't seen any. About 9:40, the wind kicked up again. I'll be going straight across this stretch. The winds are making 1.5 waves toward the middle. Nothing like the other day though. I'm very glad to see the dam. It means the end of these long stretches of open water for the next day or so. I really need a break. This wind is a killer. I decide to sleep topless tonight. No, I mean without a tarp. There's not any rain forecast, but I'll have it handy in case I need it. Went ahead and built my fire for cooking tonight. There's nothing like a well-laid fire. Lunch today is chicken fried rice from the Beacon Buffet with A&W root beer. It really hits a spot after a long day's paddling. I skipped breakfast this morning so I could get on the water earlier, and boy can I tell. I really wish I had space on the boat for this cable. I could make some nice knives from it.
Listening to the wind in the trees. Just about puts me to sleep. Little too early for that though.
It's supposed to get down in the 50s tonight, but with my woobie as an underquilt and a fleece as my blanket, I should be toasty warm. Breakfast in the morning was hash browns, ham, and cheese. I broke camp, got ready for the day.
8:04. Plan to be on the water by 8. Missed it by 4 minutes. Oh well. We left camp. Pretty place to camp. Beautiful scenery. A little too many boats, but hey, this is a lake. What do you expect? Slept real good last night. We've got the dam here. I'm going to be going to the lock here in about, probably 10 minutes. We'll take some pictures of that. Never done that before, so pretty excited to be on the river again, off this lake.
As I approach the lock, I'm excited and nervous at the same time. I've never gone through a lock before. The lockmaster opens the gates for me as I approach, tells me where to tie up. I throw my rope around this mooring bit, and he closes the gates behind me. As the lockmaster opens the valve, the water starts rushing out. I drop 60 feet in 11 minutes. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're inside and see the walls rising rapidly, it's a different story altogether. It was really cool though. He advised me there was a lot of trash below the dam. I soon found out he wasn't exaggerating at all. I had to paddle and push my way through flotillas of driftwood and trash that completely blocked the river in many areas. I didn't get out of the driftwood for several miles. The original plan had been to filter water from the river for drinking and cooking, but when I saw the vast amounts of trash, I decided against that idea. I had been drinking rainwater collecting from my tarp up to this point, but I was running out. So I stopped at Carthage and walked into town to purchase a gallon of water. Once I was back on the water, I continued on. I started hearing the sound of heavy equipment and saw this area where they were building a road on the side of the mountain. There was a guy up there waving vigorously at me. Don't think they see many kayaks in this area. As every other day on the river, there are views that simply cannot be described with words. As I approached this cliff, there was a cave. The water was rushing out underneath the cliff. If I had known this was here, I wouldn't have had to buy water in Carthage. These guys weren't worried about the water though. Very nice looking Dexters. I stopped for a little break and saw these tracks. I took the picture to see if my daughter could identify them. She got it right the first time. I also got a rare picture of a Bigfoot track. These guys have the right idea when it comes to building a deck. I stopped on Alexander Island to camp for the night. There are many old-growth trees on the island. One in the middle of the picture would take 3 to 4 guys to get their arms all the way around it. I had set up my tarp and porch run throughout the trip, and I wanted to see how it would function while closed up tight. We didn't get the rain that was forecast tonight, but I'm sure it will keep out the elements just fine.
Good morning. I'm just leaving camp. It's 9:50. Had an amazing morning. I've only got 22 miles to go today, and I have a lovely lady that I'll be meeting tonight, and she's not going to be there till 6, so thereabouts. So I'm going to relax, take my time paddling, enjoy the scenery, do some fishing, and meet said lovely lady a little later.
Fish finally started biting. I didn't catch any lunkers, but I was happy to catch something. I used the same lures and techniques I had tried all week. It just wasn't happening before today. I saw this, decided I wouldn't get out on the right side of the river for a while. Found this cave at the bottom of a cliff. I was just barely able to get my kayak into it. I couldn't go very deep though, because my kayak is too long to make the turns. I spent the remainder of my day paddling hard to make the rendezvous with my lovely wife. She got this picture of a very worn out paddler as I was nearing the takeout point. Thank you for watching, and thanks to my wife and kids for allowing me to take this trip and experience this segment of the Cumberland River.